Greetings and welcome to another episode of Toys Equals Midlife Crisis Squared, where we will investigate this issue. Now, as you can maybe not even see, it's Soul Calibur Taki, but wrapped in this paper. So let's get her out of here so you can see this rip. No more paper. Goodbye. And there you have it. Now it's Soul Calibur. Taki. Yeah, I can't wait to get this one out. So it looks like they're using some of the old school artwork that, I don't know if you guys collected those old art books from ages ago. But this, I know it says Soul Calibur 6, but she looks like she's from like Soul Calibur 3 or 4. Also Storm Collectibles, and boom, you get the picture of her. You get the same kind of just like blurry product photos and a bunch of Chinese stuff. And there she is. There's the actual figure. So you get digital render of the video game and then picture of the photo of the actual figure. So let's get her out. Skadoosh! All right, there she is. Out of the packaging. And this packaging was a little bit light. Like when I first got it, I thought, man, there can't be a figure in here. So let's take a closer look at this figurini, switching to manual computer. Oops, wrong ring to try to use. Okay, just first impressions. She's awfully a little cold. Man, but just insane levels of detail in her armor. Get that demon armor. It's got this cool kind of like wash on it that makes it look old. In fact, there seems to be some very light silver wash on her brown part of her armor. I don't know if that's bad paint app or on purpose. She's got really good... Let me just get her arm out of the way so you can see the smooth texture of her body. Lots of detail. Good assets. And yeah, definitely different than the Mai character. Look, you get like her cursed demon sword sheath. And the sheath is attached very gingerly to the back of this armor. This one's very tight. This one's very loose. Be careful of that, per se. Now, in terms of articulation, she can T-pose. Even with all this heavy armor, she can T-pose without any problem. She's got a lot of waist movement. She can definitely bend over. As far as neck movement, there's actually a... I can't explain it, but like the... I'm going to show you this. So the type of plastic is rubber. And so there's a joint behind this neck that allows it to bend down. But there's no active joint. No active joint, but she can move it anyway. You know what I mean? Oop, and I just knocked her head off. That's okay. So things come on and off pretty easily. The hair's movable. She can do, double jointed elbows, work really well. She can splits with zero issue. Maintains the illusion of anatomy even in the split, so that's really good. Double jointed, pinless knees. She can, let's see what the feet do. So there is the joint. Sorry, this light is clumsy as hell. Not seeing any way to turn the foot. Well, I guess there is. I don't know. There might not be a way to turn the foot. So that might be a point off for that. But as far as she's extremely articulated, I'm kind of impressed by it, to be honest. I like this one a heck of a lot more than the Mai. Set her down because we got some accessora to go through. She comes with one severed head of her screaming. So that's her. The hair does swivel and move, And be careful of the, this is delicate. It's rubbery, but it's still delicate. Now, she does come with like this demon mask. So you can add the demon mask to either the yelling head or the non-yelling head. Your choice. And I may or may not have had that seated correctly. There you go. So you can add that as you please. I probably will not. She comes with, now everyone's been saying, it's the identical sword. It actually is not. So yes, they appear to be painted exactly the same, except for one area, the hilts. So one hilt, this one at the top, has gold. The one at the bottom has more black than gold. So one of them is slightly different than the other. So I would suggest that the one with the pure gold here is probably the cursed one, and the other one without is normal. So you get two of those. Now, you get pairs of hands. You get your standard grippy hand. You get ninja finger hands, pairs. You get, I'm going to put you in the iron claw hands, 2 sets. You get the, oh my God, let me reach for that very excitedly hands. And you get the, hey, hands, which, you get pairs of them. And that's really it. She's very accessory light. Not even a stand. You don't get any kind of stand. You do get the kind of a replica of the background, which is interesting. But beyond that, let's just move on ahead to the comparisons, of which there are few. All right, so up in this comparison are the only other Storm Collectibles that I have. You have Mai from King of Fighters, and you have Tiras Flare from Golden Axe. Anyway, as you can see, there's a common theme here. I like video game strong women. And here we have some of the strongest women in video gamedom. And as you can also see, it would look like Tiras is, like the Amazon woman that she is, towers. Not too terribly taller than Taki, but Taki is definitely taller than Mai from what I can see. Or maybe they're the same size. Hard to really tell. I think she's got an edge over Mai. But as you can see, they all scale extremely well. Even if they use kind of different art styles to depict the character, they still kind of fit in that same general mold. So really well done as far as consistency goes.
Thundercats are loose again after these messages.
All right, moving to some newer or different icons of video gamedom and non-video gamedom. And here we have Renee from TMNT. NECA does not at all scale well to Taki, unfortunately. And sadly, neither does Jada Toys. Ryu does not at all scale well, but then again, these were more of the 6-inch scale versus the 7. So that kind of makes a certain amount of sense. But NECA, they usually do 7-inch, if I'm not mistaken, but they don't scale well. So let's try something else.
Silverhawks will be back after these messages.
All right, now moving on to some different folks. Again, this doesn't really match up all that well, but this is X-Ray Toys, and I forget her name. I want to say it's Sophia, but I could be wrong. And this is Diamond Select Zark from Tron. Tron obviously doesn't scale well. He's kind of tall, but proportionally, it kind of sort of fits. Remember, he's also on he's on a stand, so he's a slightly taller as a result. So let's see what happens. He doesn't stand well and that happens too. Let's see if he doesn't have a stand, if he can scale. Let's see. Okay. Without the stand, he definitely scales a lot better than I expected, but the X-Rays is still a little shorter and smaller in scale. It's kind of unfortunate. I was kind of hoping they'd match up more. One last comparison.
Don't go away. We'll be back right after these messages.
All right, from the final comparison, you have Super 7's Chitara and Transformers Masters Collection Nightbird, if I'm not mistaken. Now we have reasonable matchup. Chitara is still a little little small, a little short on the scale. But that Nightbird works out really well. In fact, I might even put them into some photography because they have very similar weapon loadout. So that ought to be really interesting. So yeah, let's move on to photos.